Hello, my name is Aliyah Montgomery, an AA major concentration on bio and STEM here at Florida Gateway College. I will be the mistress of ceremonies today at the Proclamation event, and I'd like for everyone to join me in giving a warm greeting to Dr. Lawrence Barrett, a president here at Florida Gateway College, who will be opening the ceremony today.
Thank you, Aliyah. I wish they had brought chairs because this event's going to be about 2 hours long, but no, I'm sorry. Thank you. As president of Florida Gateway College, I personally like to extend a warm welcome to all of you. Black History Month started in 1926 as a way to recognize the achievements of people of African descent. When it first began, the celebration lasted just a week. Maybe they realized that there were just too many good things to talk about in such a short amount of time. Historian Carter G. Woodson selected the second week of February because it coincided with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. It's a wonderful time to step back and recognize the many great gifts African Americans have brought to our nation. Just reflect on some of the names with me for a moment. Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King Jr., Nikki Giovanni, Rosa Parks. How different would our country be without these leaders and the myriad of others who fought for civil rights? These people have helped us learn what strength is, what perseverance is. They broke down barriers. They stood against injustice. They helped us pull together as a nation and overcome our darkest days. These people and so many others helped us build toward a greater nation where people are judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. And it's not just civil rights where African Americans have made their mark. Think about music. What would music be without Louis Armstrong, Aretha Franklin, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Beyonce? Without African American contributions to music, we'd be without jazz, blues, rap, hip hop, R&B, and arguably even rock and roll. Or how about these in literature? Maya Angelou and Ralph Ellison. Science, George Washington Carver and Neil deGrasse Tyson. Entrepreneurship, Madam C.J. Walker and Dr. Dre. And sports, people such as Michael Jordan and Muhammad Ali. And of course in politics, people such as Condoleezza Rice and Barack Obama. The list could go on and on. African Americans have made enormous impacts in every single area of American life. What makes this so amazing is it has simply not been that long since Black Americans were legally excluded from so many aspects of American life. Just think today with the bomb threats to HBCU schools, such as what happened this morning at Edward Waters College. For the young people here, I know it seems like ancient history, but for those of us with a few years on us, many of us have seen how much life has changed for African Americans even in the past few years. I believe that here at Florida Gateway College the last few years, we have made a significant effort to embrace the concept of inclusion, that everyone is welcome on this campus to learn, to live, and to accomplish so much as one community. I want to welcome you to participate in all the wonderful festivities that we're having this month that celebrate the life and legacy of all African Americans in this country. Thank you.
Thank you for that welcome, Dr. Barrett, and reminding of the history of Black History Month and where we are today. It's my honor to introduce City Councilman Mr. Eugene Jefferson, who will be proclaiming the month of February as Black History Month.
Good morning. To Dr. Barrett, in his capacity as president of this college, to the staff, faculty, to the students, and not least to Mr. Travis George. Thank you for inviting me as a member of a part of the city of Lake City. During the past, as I remember, this college always tries to involve the city in as much as possible in things that they're doing at the college. And for that, I'm both grateful and thank you. So at this time, I'd like to present a proclamation to you and read the proclamation in its entirety as presented from the city of Lake City. Normally, the mayor of the city usually is on the front line for presenting the proclamations, but due to a conflict schedule, the mayor was unable to be here, and so I was delegated this authority and honorably accepted it. Thank you. And it reads, Proclamation, Black History Month, February 2022. Whereas, this month we celebrate our American history and the contributions of African heritage. And whereas, we recognize the heritage and achievements of African culture. The contribution African culture has made and continues to make is an integral part of our society and the history of Americans of African descent, exemplifies resilience and innovative spirit that continues to make our nation great. And whereas, for generations, Americans of African heritage and African culture has embodied and shared the progress of our nation through toils, struggles, and with courageous actions that have broken barriers. They have made America a better place to live and work for everybody. From active African kings and queens to Americans of African descent, such as Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King Jr., and Barack Obama. And whereas we share a rich cultural history which embodies valuable cultural contributions from Africa through its cultural norms and Americans of African descent. The strength and determinations of men and women like these reminds us that our nation brims with people whose contributions continue to make us stronger and better. And whereas our success historically, presently, and as we embark on our future, requires the continued commitment and contributions of our citizens and fellow Americans of African descent. We continue this journey toward a stronger, more united nation. Let us use this commemoration of American history to celebrate the contributions made from African heritage and culture. And whereas, let us also use this month to serve as a reminder of the need for continued meaningful dialogue and shared commitment to collective actions that uplift and empowers, as well as of the strength, ingenuity, perseverance required of us in the years to come, because we have learned from the opportunities of our past and know that we can be stronger together. Now, therefore, I, Stephen M. Witt, the mayor of the city of Lake City, do hereby proclaim the month February 2022 as the month to celebrate American history and the era of African heritage in the city of Lake City. And in so doing, urge all citizens to join me in observing this month with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. In witness hereof, I have hereby set my hand and caused this seal to be affixed this first day of February 2022. And this proclamation is signed by the mayor of the city of Lake City, Stephen M. Witt. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jefferson, for those words that remind us of so many contributions that African Americans have made for the United States in your proclamation. Now we can have a poem read by Centavia McHenry and Tiana George. Tay is a freshman here at Florida Gateway College, preparing to go into the nursing program. Tiana is in a general studies AA major here, and they will be sharing their poem with us today.
Good morning, everybody. Today we'll be reading Booker T and W.E.B. by Dudley Randall. It seems to me, said Booker T, it shows a mighty lot of cheek to study chemistry and Greek when Mr. Charlie needs a hand to hold the cotton on his land, and when Miss Ann looks for a cook, why stick your nose inside a book?
I don't agree, said W.E.B. If I should have to drive to seek knowledge of chemistry or Greek, I'll do it, Charles and Miss can look another place for a hand or cook. Some men rejoice in skill of hand, and some in cultivating land. But there are others who maintain the right to cultivate the brain.
It seems to me, said Booker T, that all you folks have missed the boat, who shout about the right to vote, and spend vain days and sleepless nights in uproar over civil rights. Just keep your mouth shut, do not grouse, but work and save and buy a house.
I don't agree, said W.E.B. For what can property avail if dignity and justice fail? Unless you help to make the laws, they'll steal your house with trumped-up claws. A rope is tight, a fire as hot, no matter how much cash you've got. Speak soft and try your little plan, but as for me, I'll be a man.
It seems to me, said Booker T.
I don't agree, said W.E.B.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tay and Tiana, for sharing that poem about different perspectives on African American culture. Now I'd like to introduce Nicholas Cross. Nicholas is a sophomore here at Florida Gateway College, and in addition to a student athlete, he is also a member of the basketball team and also president of Cultures in Action here on campus. Nicholas will be giving out our closing today ceremony.
Thank you, Aliyah, for that introduction and for agreeing to preside for our program today. First, on behalf of the members of Culture in Action, I would really like to thank you all for attending. Thank you, Dr. Barrett, for allowing us to have this program every year, and every year it is a success. I would like to thank Commissioner Ronald Williams, City Councilman Jake Hill for attending. To City Councilman Eugene Jefferson, thank you for once again proclaiming this month as Black History Month for the college. We would like to take a minute to remind you all about the Black History events we have coming up this month. We have our movie night at the Richardson Community Center on Friday, February 4th from 5:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. On Monday, February 7th, we will have our Black History Month Walk of Fame that will feature prominent figures in African American history. On both Tuesday and Wednesday, February 8th and 9th, we will be giving away free BHM t-shirts. We are taking a field trip as well to Fort Mose and St. Augustine on Friday, February 18th. And lastly, on February 23rd at 11:45 a.m., we will have our Black History Month program that will feature Icon Prep Academy from Tampa, Florida, and the speaker will be Dr. Dwayne Rayford. Thank you.
Please join me in showing our appreciation for the performers here for our last time. We also would like to take this time to acknowledge our elected city and county officials. This concludes our Black History Month proclamation ceremony. On behalf of Florida Gateway College's Board of Trustees, administration, students, faculty, and staff, I would like to thank you for coming and invite you to enjoy the refreshments. Thank you, guys.